3, 2.
Governments, if they endure, always tend increasingly toward aristocratic forms. No government in history has been known to evade this pattern. And as the aristocracy develops, government tends more and more to act exclusively in the interests of the ruling class, whether that class be hereditary royalty, oligarchs of financial empires, or entrenched bureaucracy. Politics as repeat phenomenon. Bene Gesserit Training Manual. Welcome back to Dune Saga, everyone. This is Season 5 of our Dune campaign here on the Stolen Fires channel. I'm Eric, the GM for this epic multi-arc adventure series, which continues tonight with our final storyline, Eye of the Storm. A warm welcome and salutation to new and old viewers alike here to the Stolen Fires channel, where there's always an awesome TTRPG live play to look forward to. Just as a content warning, this program does feature adult situations and language and may not be suitable for all ages, so your discretion is advised. And as we continue our descent into hell, I want to bring special attention to the plight of the people of Gaza and the West Bank at the hands of the Israeli government and their enablers. Please support groups like Palestine Action at global.palestineaction.org/donate, the U.S. Campaign for Palestinian Rights over at uscpr.org, and the Palestine Children's Relief Fund at pcrf.net. Music attributions go out to Pixabay, Scott Buckley, Darren Curtis Music, White Bat Audio, Co.ag Music, Tabletop Audio, Repulsive Sound, and Blear Moon. You can find more awesome ambient sounds and tunes over at secretpress.bandcamp.com, scottbuckley.com.au, darrencurtismusic.com, and pixabay.com/music. Thank you to all of our viewers and fans for tuning in. Let's go ahead and introduce our house entourage, which is here and ready to engage in the deadliest of intrigues. Agents of the Imperium, tell our audience who you are, where they can find you online, and who you will be playing this evening. Beginning with Ambrose.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, cool, because my computer decided to freeze for a second. That was terrifying.
Boo.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ambrose. My pronouns are he or they. You can find me in the Soul and Fires chat as Am Cloverling, and tonight you will find me being Lysander and or Zoshir for your viewing pleasure.
Aaron.
Hello, everyone. I am Aaron, or Cthulhu, as you prefer. My pronouns are she, her, fey, fair. I'm Cthulhu pretty much everywhere. You can find me here usually, and sometimes on YouTube or pre-recorded stuff. And I'll be playing Administrator Eloise, whose pronouns are she, they.
All right. And Leo.
Hello, my name is Leo. You can find me here playing Dune every Thursday. And today I'll be playing Archibald.
And last but not least, of course, Rachel.
Hello, my name is Rachel. I'm Stolen Fires. Welcome to my channel. Hope you enjoy your time here. And tonight I will be playing Sayadina Daphne, and maybe some surprise characters that Eric sent me, which should be fun.
Excellent. And now, if you don't mind, Jared, a quick recap of the previous session.
Yeah. Lysander on the moon of Jabberwock. on the moon of Jabberwock, clearly the Landsrat is occupying this place. Having rounded up and detained all of the White Rabbits, have the Landsrat troops been taken over by Allfather? Fortunately, Lysander remembers the secret way through the moon. He finds his way to where the White Rabbits are being kept. Rows of endless shielded cells. Weary of the well-armed and armored Landsrat, he carefully withdraws or tries to. He realizes this place is bait. He trips an unseen alarm, and Landsrat soldiers attempt to apprehend him at his ship. Landsrat slowly raises his arms and says he works for the guild. Lysander slowly raises his arm and says he works for the guild. He attempts to convince them, fails, and he can't raise Archibald on comms. Lysander decides he's not surrendering without a fight. The guards try to capture him with a net and stun rod, but Lysander defiantly maneuvers away from both attacks. Quickly, they realize they're dealing with a swordmaster and call for backup. Lysander takes the better part of valor and makes it to his ship before they can capture him. On the Ark, Archibald receives a communication from Captain of the Landsrod troops. He accuses Archibald of harboring fugitives from House Cheshire and demands permission to board. Well, Archibald isn't about to allow that to happen. They engage in a game of cat and mouse, maneuvering around each other as as Lysander approaches the ship. The power goes out of the Ark. The emergency generators restore the lights, but the ship's ability to jump has been disabled. Fortunately, Archibald is an expert pilot. He flies the Hayliner straight through half of the flotilla and destroying 3 of the larger ships. This leaves 2 smaller ships for Lysander to clean up. He's also an adept pilot and manages to move around the ships to get into an advantageous position. And the Landsrod ships retreat, and Lysander decides to let them go. But from his position inside the Ark, Nadim Harkonnen can see space debris float past his viewport. He can hear the other passengers panicking. Edric is silent, and the ship doesn't have enough power to let him communicate. Nadim grabs Roy, moves through the chaos to an evacuation transport. Some of the passengers are wounded, but the moon isn't safe to land on. So why should they go? As Nadim mentions the wounded passengers he locks eyes with, Dr. Yue. Yue does his best to ignore the Harkonnen while doing his best to tend the injury. On the Ark, Archibald triggers the emergency beacon. Administrator Eloise is in the middle of negotiations with the Beni Tailaxu leader, Meshik Tywil. He hasn't taken kindly to Eloise's threats to his planet. Eloise says this is just who she is now, and further says she's already made a deal with the Ix and that Arrakis will soon be free. Now she's here, wondering who the Tailaxu actually serve. Well, themselves, of course. Tybal says he can have the child delivered to Eloise within 6 months. With extra money, perhaps he can reduce that to 3 months, but he cannot hand over the carrier of the embryo. Trade secrets, you understand. Eloise is happy to negotiate, invites Tywil to her ship. The entourage which arrives is huge. Eloise silences her alarm. There's nothing she can do for it right now, but she receives them in a navigator tank, which she steps out from to greet them. They weren't expecting that, but seems pleased. My sheik is here, making himself comfortable on the cushions his servants have provided and arranged. Mashik opens by speaking of the embryo, but Eloise has a different agenda. The thinking machines, after all, have returned. She sends them the video of her meeting with the Emperor and Mohayim. And of course, ask for assurances the Tailaxu are not themselves compromised. Fortunately, their semi-heretical planet is far enough away to be safe, and the Tailaxu pride themselves on their purity. Eloise reads sincerity into his claims of purity, given how xenophobic the Tailaxu tend to be. Assured, Eloise immediately offers an alliance between the Guild and Tailaxu. She speaks of serving humanity over the Guild, and she may not be as pure as the Tailaxu, but she has no desire to be a slave to a thinking machine or corrupt Imperium. Mashik seems interested, especially in the ability of Eloise to perhaps procure a young Sandworm for them. She name-checks their niece, wife of Mahdi, and says the Sandworm can likely be obtained. Then, however, she pivots and shares one of her visions of the tyrant worm. She runs up against the devout nature of the Tailax, but manages to frame the vision in a way that can get through to him. Mashik asks if he can keep the image, and Eloise agrees for a discount on her baby. They have an accord. His direct waff, and taff to Eloise's entourage. Now Eloise brings up the flashing emergency beacon and says she does not want to seem rude, but they have a deal and will speak again in 3 months. She immediately heads to the battle site where she sees floating ship debris broadcasting on all channels. Eloise tells the Landsrod this would be considered an act of war against the Guild. Abroad the Ark, Eloise calls everyone, Nadim including, into a meeting. The face dancers wearing nondescript Guild whites accompany her in the role of bodyguards. The first order of business is that this is clearly a trap. Now, Eloise says the first thing she'll do after the meeting concludes will be to demand a release of the white rabbits and atomics. Eloise speaks of her deal with the Tylax, hoping the Fremen will hand over a small sampler, but Archibald would like to speak to the all. But Archibald would like to speak of Allfather's threats. Eloise intends to speak to the Landsrat about the death of Lady Randall, and the outcome of that confrontation will reveal how compromised the Imperium is. She asks if Beatrice is willing to study on Tylax after getting approved from Dr. Yue. She agrees. She brings up another question. Is Duke Atreides compromised? Perhaps Dr. Yue can examine him. He is the most qualified, after all. After that concludes, Eloise calls up the moon and goes very aggressive towards the Landsrat representative. Captain Farquaad, she insists that House Cheshire has been dissolved and now works for the Guild. But regardless of his house, Archibald is an insurrectionist. Eloise levies her accusations of thinking machines, but the Landsrat says that they are here on behalf of the Landsrat Council and not the Emperor. They are obeying the law, and they insist on Eloise handing over Archibald. Eloise insists in turn on receiving the house atomics. Well, who gets the atomics of a dissolved house? She clearly won't get what she wants, so Eloise hangs up, vowing to kill all of them. Dr. Yui looks at the face dancers, hinting one of them could impersonate Archibald and thus be handed over to the Landsrat. Yui brings up the strange affliction on some of the crew and how some of them have been quarantined. He doesn't know what they're suffering. He doesn't know what they're suffering. It's nothing from Tupal, so perhaps might be some kind of bioweapon. They suffer organ failure before falling into a coma. Eloise says she's a bit more callous than Daphne and discounts the fate of the people in the sickbay. Beatrice offers to leave early for Tylax, taking their medical records and hoping to perhaps find a cure or at least a solution as to the illness. Eloise agrees. She also sends more of her face dancers to find Jessica and Paul Atreides. It's time to jump to Kaitane on this journey. There, Archibald examines the Ixian probe. Allfather is happy to help him understand how to use it. He has a discussion with the voice in his head. For the first time in a long time, Archibald was able to take control of his own destiny after some taunting by Allfather. Archibald realizes he can't do this by himself. He needs his family. Laughing, Allfather vanishes. Archibald decides he's going to try and restore Pardo Reed's memories. Meanwhile, on Arrakis, Oshir is doing his best to lead the rebellion. Merla is ready to take the next step to disrupt Harkonnen operations in the Imperial Basin. He advises using the Dwali spies on his end, and to engineer an assassination on the Harkonnen heirs, Raban and Feyd-Rautha. As they discuss, Daphne takes a large dose of melange and sorts through her various memories to try and remember the Bootlarian Jihad. What can be done now? She remembers using EMPs that the machines eventually adapted to. That required more close weapons like pulse swords, but the nanites are a new sickness. However, is not. She also wants to understand if she herself has been infected by nanites and utilizes the furthermost effort of her Prana Bindu training. Likely not, but she realizes a blood test could easily reveal the truth. Back in the council rooms, Oshir must decide what to do next. He decides to use the guild satellites to spy, realizing the Harkonnens never go into the deep desert unless they must. Even the Sardaukar now control the spice mining while the Harkonnen hide behind their walls, and the satellites can be used to target Roban. Who would like to hold a parade in his own honor in Carthage. The Harkonnen themselves, after all, have attacked this way before, and so Zoshir takes his first step on a long and bloody road.
Thank you for reading that, Jared, and thank you as always to Rachel for taking excellent notes as always. All right, so we can begin where we left off. I believe we were making plans within plans to head over to Kaitane to begin efforts to try to, let's say, influence the votes that are going to be taking place on the floor of the Landsrat regarding Duke Leto's fate and or the resolution for Tupile and what could entail from such a vote outcome. So we can begin there if you wish. Obviously, you can travel to that system as quickly as you can facilitate it aboard a Hayliner. So aboard the Ark specifically. Which way did you want to go, Rachel, with your character? Did you want to pursue a more personal thing elsewhere, or did you want to, I don't know, check into things in that part of the Imperium?
I mean, I'll play the character you sent me.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so everybody has been briefed on what needs to be done, and now the Dr. Yue wants to provide materials and his research, the fruits of which have been developed over time over the past few weeks with his coordination with Inessa and the exiles from Tupile. Specifically, he has details about screening the individual infected, how to screen for that, and how to implement the cure. So for that, he wants to, before you descend down into Kaitane, he wants to hold like a more formal meeting with everybody aboard. Inessa, the exiles, basically a really big meeting with the whole entourage to kind of go over like, this is what we need to do, and this is how I'm planning we can potentially implement this. All right. So without further ado, Yui brings everybody in, and it's along with the exiles from Tupile, he has several other machines there present as kind of to show as an example, like this is what we're having to use here for when it comes to treating people who have been infected by Allfather's nanoswarms. He's like, over the past few weeks, Beatrice and myself have learned a tremendous amount about the thinking machines from Inessa and her people. For instance, toxicity reports of the infected show high levels of heavy metal poisoning. This is due to the alloys needed to construct these nanomachines, which need to harvest and conduct brains bioelectricity for their own sustained activities. Once entrenched into the brain's frontal lobe, they are difficult to remove without surgery. And from what I've been told, on Nova Gaia, they use an aerosol that tricks the machines into detaching themselves and leaving the body through any available orifices, usually through the nose. However, this method is painful, dangerous, and can cause death. I have developed a method that we tested on Lysander and proved to be successful. Under controlled circumstances, we can induce a death state within the body, leading the nanoswarms to believe that the body has died. While the nanomachines remain embedded within the frontal lobe of the brain, they can no longer utilize its bioelectrical charge. This is the method we discovered on Ikaz for the time when the machines manufactured a virus that would kill only human beings. By inducing a false death, it tricked the virus into becoming inert. This is potentially the best treatment that we have available currently. Since the proof of infection is in the toxicology analysis, all that is needed is to screen a particular target, is a sample of bodily fluids, preferably 15 to 25 milliliters of blood. This equals roughly 0.5 or 0.85 fluid ounces that has to be acquired. Here in my hand, he says, holding a very small device. He says that when pressed against the skin will trigger a spring-loaded needle that is coated with a mild paralytic poison. The target will not feel any pain, and their blood will be extracted. Along with the kits we have here are several swabs, absorption pads, and similar uh, equipment that can facilitate that. However, I leave the planning and execution for the use of such devices to you. And he kind of hands over the rest of the presentation to Inessa. And really, it's not much of a presentation so much as her requests for her and her team in order to lead, to kind of or assist in this particular operation. She steps forward and kind of addresses everybody. She's got like a her outfit on, her uniform, and her hands folded behind her back. Very professional. She says, "We can assist you with acquiring any individuals that you need to be purged of the machine infection. I recommend first, however, that you establish some locations within and outside the city uh, to create a system for swift and effective transportation. Bringing them back to the Ark or anywhere near your entourage will simply bring more attention to what is otherwise supposed to be a quiet operation that needs to be kept as such. If you can provide the necessary intelligence, vehicles, weapons, and equipment that my men and I will require, we can take it from there. Any questions, concerns, etc.?"
I don't think there'd be an issue acquiring somewhere discreet.
Yeah, you see, Dr. Yui's like, I still have connections with the Suk school, and I can help to establish a few trauma treatment wards on Kaitane that we can utilize as long as we do so surreptitiously.
Is there a way for us to mass test everybody?
Not at this time. And that's the one thing that we need the most of, Yue points out, is time. And it's like the we don't know how much of it we have, although we do know that every moment that we take, every moment that we delay implementing this type of operation, it largely endangers the rest of the Landsrad as we know it. We don't know how many houses or envoys of these houses have been infected. Um, we may be able to pull a record of those who were present at the time of the attack at the assembly house, at the assembly building, and then we can narrow the scope of our investigation from there.
Okay.
I've got my memory of that the day that happened, so if that's useful.
He seems to his immediate mind goes to the use of the Ixian probe that has been so prevalent throughout this whole thing, and he kind of scowls for a moment, like, and kind of frowns, like, at the thought at the potential insinuation there. And he's like, and he just kind of continues. He's like, well, we obviously trust your eidetic memory, um, but we will need some additional information if we are to uh, locate and identify the correct targets. What we don't want to do, I would imagine, is mark anyone who is not infected with these nanites for apprehension of any kind, because that could create a larger disruption and it could overplay our hand. Our father is already aware that we're working against him and that we're potentially back in the system, and he's most likely anticipating that we're going to take action against him. This is the most dangerous of times that we need to take care to ensure that every step that we take is done so cautiously.
Well, but here's the thing: I don't. How do you suggest that we get this into the veins of these houses? And and to be honest with you, you should probably think about what class we should start with. Should we start with the dukes, or should we start with the advisors?
My main recommendation is to start with the envoys, or anybody else who was of head of state, head of a house. anyone of importance that was there on that day that could have been potentially exposed to those nanoswarms. From what Administrator Eloise has said in the past, the Emperor had already been compromised prior to this attack. So we can potentially rule out any envoys from House Carino, as they are almost certainly going to be infected, and most definitely going to vote in the way that the Emperor wishes them to.
I agree. Okay. So I'm sure we could probably go to. I'm going to assume they have like some sort of record keeping of who
Indeed.
was all there.
Yeah, the reason why he's recommending that you take the time to figure out who was there on that day is because that was the time that there was going to be a not a coronation, but like a sort of a big event celebration taking place with the Judge of the Change at the time being Eloise, having successfully returned from her mission to the Odinai sector on behalf of the Emperor, right? So they were expecting a lot of and also, of course, Duke Leto was there to speak, right, and to make accusations against the Emperor, which is something that a lot of the houses were anticipating, and so some heads of state, so to speak, were already there, in addition to their envoys. So it's possible that it could have gone either way. And to be sure, like there are hundreds of houses, but the ones that are of most importance, with the two-pile vote and for the trial for Leto, involve a lot of the houses that are part of the High Council, of which there are about 17 houses. I'll post them in the Discord here for you real quick.
Carino being at the top.
Right. Exactly. Let's see here. Here we go. Yeah, so these are the 17th house, of course, is House Carino. But these are all the different houses that are part of the High Council. Starting with in alphabetical order: Alexin, Ikaz, Hagal, Arconan, Canola, Lindarin, Maros, Mikarol, Telly, Novabruns, Riches, Spinet, Taligari, Thorvald, Vernius, and Wydrus. A lot of you will recognize some of those names because you've encountered them very recently, and in some cases as recently as the previous season, with the Odinai conflict in particular. So you've seen or heard of some of these houses, even if you weren't there on the day that this took place. So that's just a primer as to like what you can expect to be dealing with here. Those specific houses were the ones that had either direct head of households or envoys that were present on the day of, and those are the ones that are going to be of most importance when it comes to voting on these matters of the Landsred. So. Now the real work of finding out exactly which way they're looking to vote and which one of them are potentially compromised that's where this begins, essentially.
So what would happen if we put this into like a person that isn't infected? Like, would they die?
The treatment? Oh, they haven't really gotten to that one yet.
Yeah, like so like let's say you put it in someone infected, would it do anything to them?
Well, this is like a
Because if not, just give it to everybody.
yeah, no. So the treatment is the difficult part, because in order to have Lysander basically get rid of or cause the nanites to become inert, they had to sort of induce a death-like state, which means like they had to basically drug the body and trick it into that kind of status. and as such, the nanites would then basically kind of go, "Oh, this body's dead; it's useless." So they basically have no bioelectricity to feed off and continue moving off of. So they can't spread after that. So that's why it's kind of like a troublesome or cumbersome operation, because you basically have to kidnap somebody and drug
Yeah.
them. So you have to know exactly who it is that you're targeting, and that's why the intelligence gathering portion of this show is so important in their eyes,
Uh,
especially when you're dealing with such high stakes.
Suggestion.
Yeah.
Uh, you should contact Vernius because we have that prior relationship with them, and they might be able to scale up UA's med tech.
A good idea, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed. Um. Okay.
So that's just the ghost of Daphne whispering in Archibald's ear.
Yeah. So any of those options you can take as part of your actions in this particular
Well, couldn't
theater.
we do the same thing with a cause too? To be honest with you.
Well, that's where a lot of this came from, was from Mikaz. That's one of the reasons why you went there first, because
Gotcha.
it's sort of similar to something that the machines had used before, although this method is brand new. The nanite swarms, but yeah, that's one way that they were able to trick, or to undermine their efforts before with the virus that they had put out, was to basically simulate death, and after that, like the cells had nothing else to do. They kind of died out, essentially, and that's kind of like what they're trying to replicate here with the nanites.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. No. I think that's probably the way to go, is go through Vernius, because are there any other houses that would are there any other houses that are like medical houses that we know
Several,
of?
yeah, of course. There's most of them are minor houses, um, and normally if they're a minor house, that means they serve under a major house. So
Yeah.
the list of houses that I gave you, all major houses from top to bottom.
Got it.
And
Okay.
so, yeah, you'd have to go through them in order to get the minor house's ability to facilitate some kind of aid or what have you.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, no, I think the first order of business is actually going to the records to see who was actually there right now. So we don't exactly know who was there and who's even infected. So I think that's going to be like the first step.
Mm,
And then next step would be going to Vernius to get this. Would be going to Vernius to get this kind of like streamlined a bit,
mm.
so that way we can kind of commercialize basically the procedure.
They'd
And
have
then,
to work really quickly, but yeah, that's a possibility. What did Eloise want to do in terms of like figuring out who was there on that day? And does
Uh,
it involve heresy?
it does involve heresy. Okay.
Excellent.
Yeah, yeah. Eloise trusts her own memories best of who was in that room, because she addressed them all. So,
Very good. So yeah, you can, I guess, in the privacy of your own quarters, come up with that kind of intelligence. Did you want to dispatch to Ix to make contact with House Vernius, or did you want to? Is there something else that you wanted to do with that aspect of the plan?
uh, yeah, we can. We've already established like good relations with House Vernius. So, and
Mm-hmm.
Lady Randall's dead, so that problem's taken care of. I think the only thing we didn't deal with is the Technocratic Union, which technically runs Ix,
Yeah.
but um, I think that's my only reticence about going to them right now, because we still don't know if the Technocratic Union's compromised, and then if we provide the tech we have to Ix and they're compromised, congrats, we just gave all father our trump card.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think rather than go to Ix now, I think Ellie's gonna find who's compromised first, because
Sure.
There's pressing votes at the Landsrat. Um, and the
How,
Emperor needs to be deposed. No, that's the
without question.
yes.
How does this look like? Do you want to all go down together in one big transport, or do you want to try to like send small transports and like throughout the day or something like that, and touch down different areas and reconnoiter somewhere else, or how did you want to approach it?
Um, I think Eloise going with a a typical entourage of the administrator of the Spacing Guild.
Hmm.
Maybe a little bit flashier, so all eyes are on that, and then have a smaller like group, probably one of the face dancers for sure. Um,
Hmm.
I think she'll have a face dancer with her, and then send one with like whatever smaller team we're going to send to establish like a trauma center, as Dr. Yue put it.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you make a big show of it coming down with your own personal entourage, and then the rest of them are kind of distributed out in different areas of the city. UA spearheads the effort to try to set up like trauma centers and stuff like that in the area. What's interesting is that upon arriving on Kaitain, you notice that there's some sort of an event taking place. There's a lot of banners and things like that in the streets. Let's see. There's a lot of people out in the streets, and it seems to see some sort of like a somber uh, acknowledgement of the attack that took place at the assembly house, and like the return of the thinking machines and stuff like that. Like there's a lot of concerns and stuff like that. So there's a big crowd, which could play into your advantage when it comes to trying to, or it could be a detriment. It just depends. But yes, there's a lot. There's large crowds converging in and around the centralized location of the assembly building and the Imperial Palace, right? Um, so you go down. Do you go straight to the palace, or do you want to like go off and find some other event or some place where you can get the details that you're seeking?
Um, hmm. I think I think I'm just gonna go straight to the palace, and
Mhm.
let's rip the band-aid.
Well, the emperor is not currently there, but the Sardaukar captain in arms or whatever has you like wait in like a large fancy foyer before allowing you in. Uh, the emperor's truthsayer is also not there, but who is the emperor's good friend, the Count Hasamir Fenring. He's here just kind of holding court or what have you, doing like the daily, day-to-day boring stuff. And he's like, they announce you that you're here and everything, and he's like, oh, of course, send in the entourage. And the doors open up, and it's gaudy gold, wall-to-wall decor. They bring you before the count. He's like, Administrator Eloise, to what do I owe the pleasure of receiving you here today?
I have business with the Landsrad.
Oh, then perhaps you have arrived at the wrong place?
Oh, I thought I'd pay a visit here first to see how the Emperor and his truthsayer are faring.
Oh, they're currently battled, as you can say. They're having to do a lot of arm twisting and negotiating with the other houses. As you may or may not be aware, there is a very uh, hmm, big vote coming up on the Landsrad floor.
Indeed.
I'm assuming that the guild's presence here is to lend credence to this vote, or to help to facilitate it when it eventually comes becomes the resolution eventually passes.
I also have intel about the murder of Lady Randall of House Randall.
Hmm. A very serious event that took place, I believe, on Ix.
Indeed.
Hmm. Yes. Well, we appreciate any intelligence that you're able to share with the uh, imperial authorities, as it were.
Oh, well, I was planning to wait to address the Landsrat since they're the ones uh, heading the investigation into that. But I suppose since I'm feeling generous, I'll give you a little tidbit. My condolences to the Emperor on his dead child.
Ah, yes. Or Masum, he says. Another victim. I'm hoping that the rest of your intelligence manages to apprehend and find those that are guilty of such heinous crimes.
My resources are many, Count Fenring.
And no doubt they are accurate.
Always.
Well, I look forward to reading the reports myself.
I have no doubt you do.
Did you require an escort to the assembly building where the vote is, where the voting is current, the tallying is,
It
or
does
rather
seem
the
the streets are rather packed. That would be lovely.
excellent.
It would be a
Allow my
tragedy if something
captain.
it would be a tragedy if something were to happen to the head of the Spacing Guild while under Imperial protection. Big
Of course,
smile.
that would be horrendous. That would be horrendous. he says, he calls over the sidecar captain. It's like, please escort Eloise and her administrator and her entourage to the assembly building, where they are debating the merits of this resolution. Right away, you see the sidecar captain says, "This way, please." And they bring you out onto it's like a stairwell that goes up, and you see like there's this big, great view of the city. You're in the palace, so let me switch the view here. This is kind of like from the outside looking in. This is the palace that you're inhabiting right now, and looking out of one of the balcony windows there, you see that there's like a stretch that goes on, and on at the end of that stretch is a landing pad with ornithopters, a ring of them, and they proceed to lead you out to them. This is like an imperial ornithopter, so it's like shielded and armored and the whole nine yards. The Sadakar escort brings you aboard and then assigns everybody else a place within some of the other ornithopters that are nearby. And you leave as soon as you're ready, which takes just a few minutes. They'll fly you over to the assembly building, land on top, and then disperse as you wish. Are the rest of you? Is the rest of the characters here like Lysander, Archibald? Are they kind of like in the other locations with Yue, or are they coming with you to the palace and the assembly building?
Yeah, unfortunately, I think Archibald and Lysander can't be here, or they'll be arrested immediately.
Oh no. This is under the pretense that like they're wearing guild uniforms, and I think last time
Okay.
Leo said that he wanted Archibald to go in disguise, like, oh, what if I
Yeah,
cut my beard
right.
off and
So
all that stuff. I'm like,
Okay. Yeah, as long as they can be easily disguised as part of my entourage, then yes, absolutely, they're here.
no
Okay.
problem. Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good. So you all can consider yourselves as part of this entourage, disguised as it were, and you
I have
make your
part of the
way.
entourage because there is stuff I want to do.
Sure. At the assembly building in particular?
No.
Oh, at
But
the
if you want
palace.
me to wait till after, I can do that too.
Oh, you could. I mean, if you're part of the entourage, you can, while you're waiting to be escorted out to the ornithopter or whatever, you can take an action within the palace if you wish.
Okay, sure. So the palace has to have some sort of back alley dealing.
Mm-hmm.
Considering that the Leto is probably in the dungeon somewhere, I'm going to assume Paul and Jessica are not too, like, they're not far behind. So I want to start taking steps to kind of track them and see where they're at.
You want to check to see if the Atreides are here. Any signs of that? That's difficult because if they are here, they're trying to remain innocuous and not trying to give themselves away.
Exactly.
So you would have to make a discipline roll, and it would have to be a very good discipline roll. This is going to be extremely challenging. Anybody here who's basically like blending in or trying to look for ways to facilitate Leto's rescue would probably be pretty decent at their job. So I'm going to say 4 successes or higher
4.
to spot any signs of the Atreides even being here.
I have observed too, so
No, that's a good
definitely in
focus.
focus.
Absolutely.
Question. So just to make sure we have our plan in place, what happened last session? Basically, we didn't want the Atreides to break Leto out because Eloise was going to get him out by negotiating, correct?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay, that's what I thought. So my objective is to stop them from doing that. Okay. Yeah, so I guess I will try to look for some Atreides.
Good luck.
Good luck. But I do have an 8 in truth, so
That would be the one to pick, I think. Yeah.
could I give you a threat for another dice?
Sure, certainly.
All
Fire away.
Should I use? No. If I
You're
fail,
debating on whether to use a determination point for this. If it were me, I'd want to save it.
yeah, I think
Knowing
I
the Atreides
save
are
it.
here is one thing, but like making contact with them and stuff like that,
Yeah,
conspiring with them or what have you, that's something else entirely.
I agree. Okay, yeah, I wasn't going to just because this is like the worst possible thing that could happen is I don't find
Not
it. So
Not a bad shot. Yeah, go for it.
yes. Oh Jesus. Nope, I don't see shit. Are those complications,
mean-
by the way? Are
What's that?
those complications?
They very well could be. Yeah, anything that's 16 or higher is automatically flagged as a complicate. I believe a complication, or in this particular. Yes. Well, normally it just depends on the GM and how they set the the dangerous conditions. I don't consider these numbers to be a complication. 19 or 20, probably, yeah, because the security is very tight right now because of the attack previously.
Right.
There's Sardaukar everywhere, etc. But for your cases, I wouldn't have to worry about too much. You probably just get delayed, like they have to backtrack and grab you and then yoink you across and like,
Right.
hey,
Well-
where'd this guy go? Yeah, I spent some time trying to get you back into the ornithopter. Like this way, going the wrong way.
Either way, okay. Well, never mind.
No worries.
I don't see shit.
So you arrive as a party to the assembly building, and you see that there's a lot of debate going on right now. You can hear the elevated voices of the individual representatives of the houses, like speaking up on the floor of the assembly.
Yeah,
Let's see if we can get the,
I would like
Right.
my character to be here.
Oh yes.
Super unobtrusive. Maybe even with
course.
like a little tray of champagne flutes. So she
Yeah.
can walk through the crowd and sort of eavesdrop who's gonna vote which way.
I want you to look on your character sheet on the top. Click the whisper to GM thing so that it's green
Okay.
instead of red, and then make a move roll. Move or discipline, your choice. If you get 2 successes or higher, you're successful in sort of blending in, doing what you do. You can use any focuses that are appropriate for the individual skill that you choose, of course.
Aha. There's the character sheet. Okay. Whisper roll. There we go. And what was the roll? I'm sorry, I was looking for the sheet.
No worries. Two successes or higher, discipline or move, your choice.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go with power.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So you earn a momentum for the group here. Let's see here. 1. All right. Yeah, you're able to make your way through unobtrusively. No one is the wiser that you're here. You have a momentum that you could use, or let it sit for anybody else to use, or you could use it to ask a question or what have you.
Yeah, I'll use the momentum to ask the question of which families seem most in favor of supporting the resolution.
Ah. Okay. 1 second. Good question to ask. Let's see here. Just from casual observation, give me a discipline roll, and however many successes you get, I'll give you the names of the interested parties.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, well, that's no good. I'll give you 1 for free, since you
Okay.
did spend a point of momentum for it. You do spot one that you kind of didn't expect, or at least from the envoy's words and overhearing them talk and stuff like that, you get the feeling that this one in particular is voting in favor. This is specific to the resolution, right? The two-pile resolution. Okay, let me get you the right name here. I don't want to mess this up. Here we go. I'll PM you the thing here. That name may seem familiar because it is.
Okay.
All right, so you're making your way through unobtrusively. Nobody realizes that you're here or what you're here to do. The rest of the entourage gets pulled in, and this is what the assembly floor kind of looks like. So you're brought in further.
Just one quick question. How far
Yeah.
away are we from a vote?
The general vibe that you're getting is that it's about 2 weeks away.
Okay. I'll stalk that guy then.
Mm-hmm. The representative?
Yes.
Okay, I'll give you the name here in just a second. Good start, good start. Let's see.
You want me to find your...
Here is like the basics. Not a whole lot of details, but this is the name that you get. Gender, age, etc. She appears to be a fairly attractive woman. Dark skin, blonde hair, and you see like they have a they seem to be eager to try to get out of here. Like they're already kind of like going through the procedure. They're kind of bored and they want to get out of here. Anybody else doing anything as you're coming into the assembly building and you're seeing, all these different people in the gallery up above and on the floor below, like deliberating and trying to cut deals and talking about stuff?
Yeah, I actually want to see who is. I want to know if there's any like who's actually against and or for the destruction 2 pile. Like what houses are for and what houses are not. Kind of like what houses sway that way.
You're asking which houses within the major houses have the most sway?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't even need to roll for this. House Carino has the most sway because of the Arrakis fief, or fief, however you pronounce it. The Harkonnens also have a lot of sway. Is there any particular house that is listed in the ones that I outlined very, very briefly for you in the Discord that you had a question about?
Oh,
Also, Eric, I sent you a question.
Oh, yes.
not necessarily, just because both of those houses are 100% wanting to destroy Tupile. Okay.
Ah,
So actually, I would actually like to.
well,
Ekaz and the Atreides were buddy
Mhm.
buddy at
Yes.
one point. So if they're gonna try to do something, Ekaz is gonna know about it.
yeah,
So
you can probably count on Ikaz to vote not guilty when it comes to Leto, and
Correct.
because they're allies with you all, they obviously don't want to see the destruction of Tupile because they're not monsters. But you don't know. It's a good assumption to say yes, but don't forget anybody could be infected. So they may signal one thing and then do the other.
Okay.
Now, one bit of clarification. It isn't necessarily that the houses here are voting in favor of destruction of Tupile and everybody there, as much as I don't want to go against the Emperor.
Got ya.
See where I'm going here? So
Got
yeah, a lot of them are like afraid of the Emperor and the power that he wields and the Harkonnens and like screwing up any possible deals they may have had in the works if they vote in the wrong manner. So that's what a lot of them are doing here. What they've been doing for the last couple of weeks is trying to like get the nature of the terrain down and figure out who's going where and see which way the wind is blowing and kind of go in that direction or not, right? So there's a lot of deliberation, a lot of debate. If you have house politics, this might be the time to roll it to get some insights. You can ask questions. You can try to identify specific people, that kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, I will 100% roll house. I got house politics, so I 100% would want to roll that to see what I can find. In particular, crap, I just forgot my train of thought. Yeah. Yeah, just continue.
Okay. I mean, I was just gonna. I actually, that's all I was gonna give you guys as far as that's concerned. You can take the lead from here as to how you want to approach this. It may seem like a lot because it is. There are 16 houses that make up the High Council, and they all have, agendas, and some of them may be compromised. And how many you don't know.
Okay, so just to kind of put the order in my head right now. Right now, we need to basically displace the Emperor. Just kind of going over the objectives. Right now, my objective is to not let Leto Atreides, make sure he doesn't get like exiled or the house gets exiled because their house. Okay. I guess the thing I'm trying to ask is Ikaz was a really good, like they were wow, I can't talk today. Atreides and Ikaz were like super freaking close. If anything's going to happen, I want to kind of get buddy with them to see if I can figure out what it is. They would probably know.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
I can't talk today. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. We're all going through it at the moment. You can, if you make a decent house politics roll using understand, you'll be able to identify the envoy for House Ikaz based on the heraldry and the style of their drip, for lack of a better term, and you'll be able to if you get any extra momentum, you'll be able to figure out like what it is that they want and that sort of thing.
Okay. Yes, I will do an understand. Is it an understand roll? Correct.
Yes.
Okay. Which drive? I'm just gonna go truth because technically it's true.
Sorry.
Have a focus. Come on, I don't want to have shitty rolls all night tonight. And I got a shitty roll. Never mind.
Damn it. Okay.
Why do I even try?
You don't. If I recall correctly, you don't have any bennies.
Oh.
Not right. Okay. I'm gonna make sure
No.
I had that correct. God damn. Oh.
Well,
Oof. Wow.
yeah.
I'm getting some threat right now. I'm just giving you a heads up. Nothing weird going on here. Secret messages, etc. Cool. Hmm. Second. So there's some secret roles going on here. You could use a point of determination here, Leo, to re-roll the dice that all of the dice that you rolled.
Okay. To be
It was
honest,
almost a GIF, Aaron, but I decided not to because it would be too much of a spoiler.
Mel has purchased a benevolence.
Oh, excellent! All right, so you got a Benny in the bank here, bud.
well, if you let me spend it, I'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'll spend it. Fuck it. Why the fuck
Let's
not?
see if we can identify this very chaotic scene that you're in.
It just sucks because I literally have a focus in this. Like, come on. There you go. 3. Got something. God damn, man.
All right, now that's good, and that earns you actually a point of momentum,
Mhm.
which you could use to, of course, ask a question, etc. Yes, you do identify House Ikaza's envoy, and this is who you find here.
Yeah.
Let's see.
My next move.
Morgan
Like-
Zafan, a woman in her 50s. Oh, 1 second. I'm having to see rolls here. Well. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I would I guess my next thing would be to kind of see where she's at and at least talk to her. Like I said, I 100% think Ikaz and the Atreides, or Jessica and Paul, have been in contact with each other. So
How do you approach them? This is somebody that you've never interacted with before, and do you take anybody with you that's part of your entourage to perhaps assist you in communicating with them or eliciting that information that you want from them? Provided they have it, you know.
yeah, good point. I guess right now I wouldn't want to. So, question: how long are we going to be in the assembly building with everybody here?
As long as you want. Basically, the deliberation takes place from sun up to sundown, basically. So once that time comes, and there are breaks in between, like they take breaks and they go to different offices and stuff like that to talk privately. The Emperor is here with his truthsayer, but they don't happen to be on the floor. That much is evident. Which, from what you can tell, he's bringing representatives with him into private to kind of like have a discussion with them and try to basically twist their arm. Let's see here. Ooh, okay, you got a momentum. So you have 2 momentum currently.
Oh, and another oh shit button in the form of another benevolence from Mel in case they
Hey,
get
all right.
distracted when shenanigans occur. Their words.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Actually, yeah, no, I'm going to keep them in my sights, but I'm not going to approach them right this second.
All right. You want to let someone else take the lead, perhaps?
Yes.
Eloise?
Sure. Um, I have a quick thing I want to do.
Sure.
Because I forgot I had this power. I'm gonna use Sight of the Universe to view the two-pile system while I'm in transit to uh the building.
So you want to get all the records of who was here the day that they were the day the
No,
attack took
this
place?
this lets me see any part of the known universe but on a planetary scale. So I want to know what's going on in Two Pile right now.
Lots of ships preparing to leave. The new jihad is has received word from Anessa presumably and company that there's a real chance that the planet's going to get blown up along with the rest of the system. So they're making preparations and people are like underway to try to like get the fuck out of there if they can.
All right. Okay. That's extremely useful intel, actually.
Yeah.
um, is Archibald is off doing something, or is Archibald still nearby?
I'm assuming he's still nearby, but he seems to
I
be
am.
very focused on the representatives that are still deliberating on the floor of the assembly building.
All right. Lysander is here though.
Yes, he is.
So in I language, because I do not want to say this aloud. Eloise is going to say the new jihad has already begun evacuations of Two Pile. That's bad news for us.
I'm sure Lysander will go pale, which highlights his scar even more. Um, he will respond, "What do you need me to do?"
Um, Nothing now. This might be a shorter visit than I planned. We might need to take the arc to Two Pile.
He'll nod, and he will go to Pat. I think are Daphne and uh, Archibald in the same area?
No, Daphne's on Arrakis.
Arrakis. Okay. Um, and I suppose Lysander will go spread the word to Archibald.
So you turn to Archibald and tell him, "Hey, we just got intel that the exiles on Tupile are trying to flee Nova Gaia, like en masse. It's gonna take that. This is a tremendous effort, and it's not gonna be quick, and it may not be successful. They may not be successful before the resolution gets passed through and everything. So, like it's kind of a sticky situation. Well, how do you want to react to that, or what do you want to do now knowing that?"
Well, I think right now. So basically the exiles are evacuating, correct? And what you're trying to say is that
Mhm.
them being evacuated might not be finished until after the deliberation, correct?
Right. It's a real possibility.
Okay. Then what we need to do is we need to stall it.
How
I
do you
think-
stall something like this?
So I think I'm gonna go back to Eloise, and I'm gonna say and I'm gonna ask her that video you showed us. How did you get him to talk out of the Emperor?
I taunted him.
Really?
Have you not realized how prideful he is?
Yeah, good point. What if we got him? What if we forced him out now and showed everybody what exactly he can do?
I have a plan in that regards. I still have the video. So
Yeah, but it's going to hit harder if they actually see the Emperor being puppeted.
true.
I think what he needs right now is he needs a rushed verdict. I think if we can figure out how to delay this, I think he'll come out. Right now, he wants to destroy Tupile. If we can figure out how to delay this vote at least another week. Game Master, is that correct? A week, 3 days?
Yeah, you can buy
Timetable?
yourself
Sure.
another week if you
Okay.
manage to successfully delay the vote.
I can go interrupt the proceedings now. Not that that would be any favors, but I'm not interested in favors with most of them anyway.
Okay. What?
After we're done here, I intend to jump to Tupile to help with evacuations.
Oh.
We can't afford to lose any allies in this war.
Same here. I plan to do that as well. But right now, our concentration is getting this vote delayed.
Yes.
So, okay. What's your plan?
I have information about the death of the Emperor's son and Lady Randall, and
When
I intend to use
there's a
it.
chance that could also rush the vote as well. Really think about it.
You wanted the Emperor to expose himself. What better way to do it than to bring news of his dead son to him?
That's not going to force Allfather out, though. Okay.
You did you bring your face dances that you got from the Mashake?
Yes,
because I
did.
recall you saying that you wanted to bring one to make it look like Archibald and the other one to make him look like Amira. Is that
That
still
was
part of your
yeah. So
plan?
that was before the Archibald one was before Archibald went in disguise. Like I just
Mhm.
wanted to so now Archibald is here. I don't need an Archibald lookalike. So
Gotcha.
they're probably the two she brought with her are probably one's probably Amira because that was the plan. I think that's the one that she left on the Ark though, because she was not going to have the Amira in quotes on planet. And then one she sent with like the group to go establish like a trauma center if we need to like treat anyone. So that's the two, and then the third one will be okay. So there's one with Eloise, one with the like trauma group, and then the one that looks like a mirror back on the Ark.
Okay. Arc, trauma group, and one with Eloise
With me,
as
yes.
Amira. Okay, got it. Is the idea then to just present her to the
Oh
the
no!
assembly?
So see, the Amira one is on the Ark because like
okay.
the one without the one with Eloise is her wild card. I need someone killed and impersonated.
Gotcha. Okay, sounds
Yeah.
good. All right, so then you have options. While you is setting up the trauma centers and stuff like that, and Nessa is going forward to establishing the framework necessary to abduct anybody and then take them to the trauma centers and treat them. You're all here. It's basically to gather intelligence and potentially delay the vote. However you believe is the most useful.
Do we know who the Harkonnen envoy is?
I'll say yes because you've been on Arrakis long enough that you're already familiar with this kind of thing. So I'll give you this one for free. Let's see. And they've been enemies for so long already. Let's see. Wow. This is the Harkonnen envoy, Zazie Derrida. Forgot to put something on here. Zazie. She's a bald, pale woman in her 40s. Dresses very, officially. but has a little bit of an unusual sense of style in the way that she sort of carries her hair and everything. Her hair. The markings on her face and her lips and stuff like that look a little bit different, or aside from the norm on places like ED Prime, for example. So she's
Oh,
probably had a
I think
long
we met her on
posting.
Arrakis very early on, like 2 seasons ago or something.
Ah, yes. Okay. Yeah. Well, you probably have. Yes.
That
So
that
you're
name
probably
sounds
very
familiar.
familiar. You're familiar with her and like how she's a stalwart bootlicker, as most of these
Yeah.
Harkonnens are.
Um. Hmm. Hmm.
So depending on which one you want to gather intelligence about, whether it's the resolution or Leto's trial, I'll let you make those rolls, and depending on whether you meet the criteria, you'll be able to get kind of like a good map of where everything's at. You have the whole rest of the day because you got here at a good time to kind of get the lay of the terrain before proceeding with whatever kind of plan you want.
Okay. I think I'm more concerned about the two-pile resolution than Leto personally, but
Sure, I understand.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
so
so I think
okay,
I'll use my wildcard face dancer to have them blend in wherever uh I have houses I'm not worried about, like Ikaz, Thorvald, Nova Bruins, because I've had dealings with them all, and Vernius.
Mm-hmm.
Those
Right.
I've all dealt with personally, and I think would probably lean my way if I showed up. Um, Under like who's right below Harkonnen in terms of influence in the Landsrat currently?
Under the Harkonnens, let's see. Ikaz is big. Let's see. Ix, definitely Ix. Um, sorry, no Ix. Vernius. How's Vernius? How's Vernius? Ikaz. Mutelli. House Mutelli is known as a house that keeps lots of tabs on everybody. They like to play neutral. They're kind of like the Dune equivalent of Sweden, in that sense that they're always neutral, and they do so on purpose, mainly to try to elicit things from the parties who are, want one thing or the other.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll send my face dancer to find out what's up with Mutelli then.
All right, certainly. This is going to be an architect role, so basically, they're going to do some intelligence gathering on their own using either communicate or discipline. And let's see, your Tleilaxu face dancer buddies here.
so I have a question for you, Eric.
Uh-huh.
The resolution, was it just the Atreides and Tupile right now?
That's basically the two biggest things on their dockets. Yeah, there's a swarm of other things that have to do with like minor houses and so on and so
Okay.
forth, and like, but they don't handle like the Sissel rat stuff that happens locally. They handle the major house shit that affects everybody else down the stream. There should be a Telexu Face Dancer sheet available that you can open, and you
Yep, I
can
see it.
yeah. And so if your stats are better than theirs, you could roll yours, and then they can roll to assist you, basically.
Okay.
Uh,
Um, my communicate is better for sure.
okay.
So I'll have them assist me. I think is what we'll do.
Okay.
Um,
Any threat that you wanted to, or rather, you have momentum if you wanted to spend one to get an extra die.
oh yeah, we'll do that. Okay. I'll have them do the assist roll first,
Mm-hmm.
so I know what I'm dealing with. No. Okay, well, just me. All me, baby. Alright, I will spend momentum. I think deceit probably applies, right?
What's that?
Does deceit apply for me as a focus? Because
Oh,
I'm trying to be
yeah.
coy about the
Mm-hmm.
listening what's going, like how they're planning to vote and what's their agenda here.
Sure.
Cool. 3 dice. Focus, yes.
Wow. Okay. You get the basic basics here. You're basically trying to figure out like where House Mutelli stands as far as anything, or
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
okay. Let's see here.
It's gonna be one of those nights, I see.
Yeah. They're like, oh, we're vastly undecided. We want to see what it is that the Emperor wants to do, and you get their name, by the way. The House Metelli's. Let's see here. Because of your successes, though, I will give you something that's little bit of a tell on them. Let's see here. Roman Rurity, male, 50s. He tends to flex his hand when he's anxious. That much you're able to notice about him. And he certainly seems to be anxious about this resolution and its the vote that is supposed to come down for it. Not exactly sure why, but they appear to be a little nervous about it. And they're like, yes, well, we're waiting to hear from the Emperor himself, since he seems to be interested in
I'm curious.
soliciting the different
Oh,
envoys.
Eloise will be like, I'm curious how the Emperor plans to enforce his resolution, anyways, since he won't be receiving his new Hayliners.
He kind of inclines his head. Oh?
No, I'm afraid there was some deep heresy found on the former residents of House Randall. With no heir, I'm not sure where that will land, but there was some deep heresy involved in their creation, so we had to put a stop to that, I'm afraid.
What sort of heresy are we
A
talking about
kidnapped
here?
navigator that was being tortured with an Ixian probe.
Really? Like that, this is news to them, and they're like, huh, well, that's good to know, they say.
Indeed. House Vernius was most disturbed to learn of this heresy, and I have a feeling which way they'll be voting.
It's interesting. Is there
Indeed.
something that you got a pretty decent success, but not anything to like get a tremendous amount of information from? So
Yeah.
you do have a point of momentum that you could spend, or if you wanted to ask or get some additional details about who's voting which way or what have you.
I'm not gonna use it here, I don't think, because you already said they're the house that likes to keep tabs on everyone, which I'm assuming also means they have big mouths to who they want to have big mouths to. So I'm just throwing a little like I've flicked a rock into the pond. I want to see how this plays out. That's what I'm looking for now. I want to see how far these rumors go and how fast they go.
You see them after your interaction with your face dancer. They almost immediately make a beeline to some other representative, another envoy to a different house. And they start kind of like conversing like, hey, like, to try to like pass the rumor along or try to get some kind of confirmation potentially of what you just threw into their works. If you can make a understand house politics roll of 2 or higher, you'll be able to identify this particular house.
I only have data analysis and prescience understand, sadly. But
Well, thankfully for you, you have somebody who does have a focus in house politics with your uncle here and all.
Yeah, Eloise will like find her uncle and be like, "Hey," like she'll describe the heraldry or whatever of the envoy she saw
Mm-hmm.
as best she can.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. What do I need to roll?
Uh, just 2 or more successes to identify the house.
Okay.
I'll actually
Oh.
give you. Hold on a second. Before you roll. Ha! I'll give you a bonus die for this one. You'll see why in a minute.
Oh no.
3 bonus dice. Yeah.
I don't like that.
You want to know something? The way I've been freaking rolling.
Yeah, it's not that you're not.
4.
Oh, there you go.
4.
That's
It was good this
4.
time.
All right, so you went from needing 2 to getting 2, so now you're at 3. So you can spend the momentum as you will. It looks like House Mutelli is now speaking with an envoy from House Wydrus. House Wydrus is steeped in espionage and secrets as well. These are 2 peas in a pod who often go together in neutrality because they love to see what they can get by playing the middle of the road. Let me give you the representative's name here. Here we go.
Oh. I might have. I would like to talk to this envoy too, if I could.
Sure. Her name is Eva Vara. She's attractive in her 30s,
Ooh.
reddish hair, green eyes, and to match the all sort of dark forest green and silver uniform that makes up the House Wydrus um, dress mode of dress. A second here, see if I can find the specific. I feel that the need to put some of the stuff into the Discord so you have an idea of like who the hell I'm talking about. 1 second.
It is very helpful for the note taker.
Yeah. It's just it's a lot. Hold on, let me show you the. Oh, I can just like this, right? Pardon me. That's House Wydrus's banner. The shadows are listening is what they like to call as their motto. And they very much inhibit that ethos, even here in the halls of power, especially here in the halls of power. But yeah, you go up to this woman to introduce yourself, Archibald.
I would probably go with Eloise currently.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of follow her lead on this.
Okay, very good. And you want to just talk her up? Like, is there anything specific that you want to elicit from her, or you just want to chit chat? Because you're kind of intruding on their little conversation. House Mutelli representative and the.
Yeah, Eloise is planning to wait until their little chat is
obviously,
done.
Yeah. I was gonna wait until that anyways. But that is very interesting that they're kind of together right now. So I would wait until they're done, obviously.
Okay, and then move in to talk to her specifically. Okay. Second here. Roman is Mutelli. Here we go. Says he's the Harkonnens.
So I have a question about this whole. I think I'm getting this. I think I'm getting the wrong idea about this assembly. Is this assembly to talk about the issues?
It's to talk about the resolution and who's going which way.
Okay,
You're still after the Atreides narrative.
Well, not only that, like I'm kind of misunderstanding what the whole assembly is at the moment. I didn't.
So think of the assembly kind of like the UN, right? And all these different factions, all these different groups are basically coming together to try to agree on something. In this particular case, the Emperor's like, I call the shots here. We were going to blow up Tupop because there's thinking machines over there. And a lot of them are like, okay, I don't want to cross the emperor, so I'm going to vote for this resolution. And some of them are like, this is wrong. No matter what, we shouldn't do it. And some
Okay.
of them are like, shit, I don't want to do this, but I have a contract with the Harkonnens on Arrakis, so I may have to vote this way because they're voting with the emperor.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
That's essentially what this kind of comes down to. And what they're doing right now, what they've been doing for weeks, is trying to figure out who's voting which way and then kind of like hedging their bets before the time comes to actually put the votes out there. Because it's a big fucking deal, right?
So is it a situation where like you could probably convince them to take collective action, but nobody wants to be first?
Hmm. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of that situation, yes. And they're kind of figuring out what they stand to lose if they go one way or the other, right? I mean, it goes against the Great Convention to use atomics against human life, and which is what the Emperor is essentially proposing. And he's using all the different factions to basically push that agenda forward. They're going to need the guild's assistance to be able to transport all of those ships and atomics to Two-Pile. They're going to need money to come up with a way to finance all of this because it just doesn't happen. It's an incredibly expensive thing to be able to move the kind of stuff from one place of the Imperium to the other, which is another factor that I'll give you for free. How are they funding all of this? I mean, the Carino House has a lot of money, as do the Harkonnens, but they can't be facilitating for all of these houses and their atomics to launch a concentrated attack on every single planet of that system. Like they have to have some kind of backing here, and it's not coming from the guild specifically, at least not the money part of it.
Gotcha.
So that's something else that you may want to consider. Is there anything else that anybody here wants to do while this is taking place?
So do we want to maybe take a quick break while players like strategize?
Oh, sure. Yeah, we'll come back in 10 minutes.
Okay, see
Go anywhere.
everybody
Lost track of time.
in 10 minutes. Fuck ice.
And guys, and we have returned. Where we left off, our entourage was on Kaitane, and they were trying to do their best to figure out a way to find out who's voting for the resolution to destroy all of Tupile and the billions of lives that are contained there or not. Um, our team made some headway in identifying a couple of the envoys, but not so much in figuring out which way they're going to be voting, especially since two of those envoys happen to be part of some of the major houses that specialize in espionage and keeping secrets. Uh, a lot of these houses, some of these houses, will like to play neutral in situations just like this, if only so that they can elicit favors from other houses and, engage in some deal making with people like the Emperor, who's currently behind closed doors trying to enable his own deal making. So we'll return to you as to how you want to proceed to try to get some information on and gather some intelligence on all these houses and which way they're planning on voting. If anybody here with 2 successes or more is able to give me an understand roll, I can reveal the contents of the High Council and potentially which ones are signaling to vote one way or another.
Yeah, I can do that.
I'll give it a good old college try.
Yeah, and with additional momentum spends, I'll provide additional information.
I'll spend a momentum to get an extra dice. Why not?
Sure. All right,
And
go
I
for
got
it.
house politics, so this is in my wheelhouse.
Yeah, I don't have focus, so I'm not gonna.
No
Oh,
worries.
6.
Jesus.
Wow. Okay, you're
Nothing
at
for
full
Eloise.
momentum. So, let me first show you what the High Council looks like. So these are the different houses that you're having to deal with. Alexan, Carino, Ikaz, etc. You've already met House Wydris. You know House Vernius and of House Thorvald.
Mm-hmm.
You know of House Novabruns from the last season. House Richez, they specialize in miniaturization and tech, and they were House Vernius before House Vernius was House Vernius. Essentially, they took the position of Ix prior to Vernius overtaking them in that particular arena, and Ix becoming a much bigger player in things. Nevertheless, House Richez once held the fief on Arrakis before the Harkonnens. And they tapped out before the Harkonnens were given their chance. So they still hold some sway, but they are definitely on the decline. House Metelli, like House Wydris, specializes in espionage and secrets. House Mikarol here, the barest information that you have is that they engage in the time-honored tradition of chattel slavery, where a lot of houses frown upon such a practice. They're proud of what they do, so they're not exactly the good guys in any respect. There's House Maros, which are they pride themselves on hunting and agriculture and so on. Hence the bullhorn sort of emblem for their house. You have House Lindaran, which are a proud house of rebellious sorts that almost always end up standing up for the oppressed, and very much akin to House Atreides in that they put their at least in this case they put their money where their mouth is, and they've actually quietly been successful in arming insurrections and little rebellions here and there throughout the Imperium's history. House Canola. These guys are super religious, and they almost always vote in lockstep with the Emperor and anyone else who votes in their favor. House Harkonnen needs no introduction, of course. House Hagal is fanatically loyal, like House Canola, to the Emperor, and doesn't want to rock the boat in any meaningful way. They've always maintained their prestige, as it were, by adhering very closely to the Emperor and the Imperial House's commands. House Ikaz, of course, has a long history of developing pharmaceuticals and things like that for the Imperium through the previous houses that resided on their planet, like House Yasi. They develop drugs and pharmaceuticals that can help people and stuff. They have close ties to the Atreides because of previous history. House Carina, of course, doesn't need an introduction. House Alexan is an agricultural house through and through. They develop harvesting equipment. They develop machinery for the purposes of improving agriculture, and they are a really big breadbasket house for the Imperium. So chances are, if you're eating something that you bought on some market somewhere that came in from off-world, chances are it was grown on a House Alexan world. So that's the really simple breakdown for some of these houses. I did skip over 2 of them. Let's see. Let me just get the specifics so I don't mess this up. I put it in alphabetical order. Here we go. House Spinette, the emblem of which is this dagger with the pointed banner. They specialize in Canley, assassination, poisons, but also like culinary art. So they have a known despise for the guild and their monopoly, and they've been known to try to support other endeavors to undermine them in the past. They are the people you want to go to if you want to settle matters of Canley. So if anybody knows anything about House Leto's trial and how it relates to Canley, they would be the person to consult. House Talagari, the last one on our list here, on our exhaustive list. House Talagari is basically an age-old house that is led by a Basilissa, which is ancient Greek for the Greek title of queen, and they largely deal with producing docents and consorts and actors and jongleurs. Basically, they are the house of court gestures and actors and acting troops and such.
I don't want to be Bene Gesserit.
The face dancers would probably take a liking to this particular house just because of like the circles that they run in. Essentially, they enjoy poetry, dance, acting, and diplomatic, developing diplomatic docents that their house sends out. They have a history with House Carino and House Richez and everything like that. So you feel free to ask any questions or use any of the accumulated momentum to ask specific questions about each house. I'll answer them as best I can.
I could not type fast enough to keep up, so could we
Sure.
get that posted in Discord, please? Thank you.
Yes. I'll post all that stuff here shortly here in just a moment.
Again, Daphne's voice whispering in Archibald's ear, the religious house, like the one that always votes in lockstep with the Emperor, but the one that's really religious, you can target them because the thinking machines are like the worst heresy ever known. So if you can actually get them to break away from the Emperor and like get them to vote for religion more than political expediency, that would be a huge win in trying to get the other houses to break away and vote with you and against the Emperor, because it's like, it'd be like, Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, is opposing the president. This must be a really big thing, and all the evangelicals follow Mike Johnson.
Yeah.
I hate that metaphor, but there you go.
It's there. Yeah.
So, I guess my question is, can I just go up and say this kind of stuff to them? Just like, is that?
I mean, Eloise did.
Okay.
That Eloise is going to be doing that. That's
All right.
Eloise.
Well,
Eloise is here to sow discord.
Yeah. So there is a couple houses I do want to talk to. Dishwan, This one, uh,
List them out by name,
I
or
can't remember
write
all
it
the
down and
names.
then kind of like make a list of the ones that you're interested in.
Or you could just like
Because there's a
just
lot.
describe the sigil by color and yeah, mostly by color.
One of the religious ones with the crown. I'm gonna be honest with you, I can't remember the names per thingy.
Canola. This one right here.
This guy right there.
Oh, that's House Hagal, the one with the pearl and the shell.
Correct. Yes.
Yes.
I was planning on talking to them. I also did want to talk to these guys.
Glendarin. Yeah.
Yep.
Thought you might be interested.
These guys. I'm not really gonna waste my time with like Nova runs and the houses that we've already kind of helped.
Big thing incoming. I'm in the process of getting you these specific notes on each one. Just a blurb, basically, on the basic stuff. Let's see. Overruns.
I really appreciate all the work that you've put into, like, I'm sure some of it is
It's
from
too
the
much.
published stuff,
I apologize.
but I appreciate you taking all the time to set up all these moving pieces among the houses.
Yeah, and don't feel obligated to have to like engage with every single envoy under the sun. You have an objective, and like the real work comes in like how exactly you want to approach this, right? Because there's a lot of, like you said, moving parts. So you can approach it any number of different ways. You don't have to like take them all on at once or what have you.
Well, no, I was thinking like it would have to be like some sort of like mental like talk. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense, like kind of like a duel or something with each one. And I'm like, wait, it doesn't have to be that quiet. I'm
You don't have to
overthinking
go
this
to
way
that.
too much, basically. I'm
Yeah, don't
overthinking
overthink
way
it.
too much.
Don't overthink it.
But I'm good.
And just remember, that any one of these houses could be one way, but they could vote in the other direction if they're compromised. Last one, I promise.
No, it's fine. I'm pinning them so we can refer to them later.
Oh, okay. So that if you wanted to speak to House Hagal, for example, you could refer to like the little blurb that I provided you. Like it just lays out the basic stuff, like who their leaders are and the planet. Nothing beyond that. It's all surface level stuff. It's obvious that they support the emperor and his house and the status quo because that's how they voted in the past, right? Which isn't to say that you couldn't, for instance, influence one of them to do something different. But then again, the question always becomes like, how do you decide which ones are going to be the ones that you target to try to find out if they're infected or not? Like, are you going to observe them for an extended period of time? Are you going to engage them in other manners? Like, and how are you going to try to get samples from all of them and then run it through the toxification analysis device and try to see which ones are which ones are compromised, and which ones are not. You have 2 weeks to do any and all of these things if you want to do it, but yeah, time is of the essence, obviously.
Okay, so all right. I guess my first court of business is going to be the honestly we'll do the rebel house first. See if I can get to
Sure.
the
Are you engaging on this as a solo endeavor?
it doesn't really matter. If she wants to come with, she can.
Okay.
I think Eloise has her own targets that probably are not the same as Archibald.
That's fine. Everybody's splitting up and taking different targets. That's perfectly fine. That's appropriate for what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Let's see. This is going to be House. What Darren. Okay, so you're going to be wanting to speak to Amana Hazaid, a woman in her 20s, relatively new and sort of inexperienced envoy for House Lindarin in particular. 1 second here. Secret messages, sorry. Let's see. All right, so you want to talk to us Lindarans. Okay, so Amana, you see she's kind of overwhelmed with everything that's going on, and she seems to have like her hair up in a bun, and she's just kind of like sitting down after speaking to like half a dozen people, and she's clearly like not she's over it already. She's just like, oh god, and like she's a little bit overwhelmed by everything that's going on, all the talking and all the buzz and the chaos that's taking place inside the the audience chambers. And then here you come, you stride up, and how do you introduce yourself?
I kind of walk up and I say, "Can you? What alias should I go with?"
It's up to you, man. It's your alias. It's your disguise.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna shorten my name and go Archie.
Sure. Art.
Hello. I'm just gonna go up and I'm gonna say my name is Archie. Just kind of introduce myself, and
She kind of like looks up from the desk, looks at you, and kind of nods and looks back down, like clearly exhausted.
you clearly look like you're over this.
This whole thing is too much, she says, and kind of waves.
Why do you say that?
Waves at the general chaos around you.
Oh, it's definitely a lot to take in. I could definitely see it that way. So, what do you think of all the rumors?
Which rumors are you talking about? There's many rumors. Archie.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Quick clarification. Who's Archibald talking to?
Oh, this is Amana Hazaid, the House Lindarin envoy.
Thank you.
I think I posted their name in the Discord. It's like, which rumor are you referring to exactly, Archie?
I did hear one that the Emperor is possessed by thinking machines.
She kind of scoffs and just shakes her head, and it's like, well, no.
Well, why not? Seems a
That's
little sporadic,
absurd.
doesn't it?
Why would the Emperor want to destroy thinking machines if they were infected by thinking? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, of course it does.
If the Emperor was compromised, as you are suggesting, this rumor alleges, wouldn't he just use his power to just do whatever he wants anyway? Like, he's already won.
What do you think he's doing now? Think about it.
Shaddam does what Shaddam will, he says. What he's always done, what his family's always done. What he's doing now is no different than anything he did 10 years ago and she starts rattling off names of moons and planets that Shaddam straight up destroyed as part of the Great Spice War.
Yeah, true.
And you're like, oh, she actually has a point. Shaddam did those things, and that was before, presumably, he was infected by nanomachines, or maybe he was always infected by nanomachines. Unclear.
Well, if you really think about it, then why is this such a big rush? I don't know. I was thinking about it, especially with the rumors going on, and I particularly remember a rumor going on about like what happened at that court hearing of a big mist. I just feel like he's been a little bit erratic lately.
I mean, I was here. I could tell you. It was complete chaos. I mean, more so than this, um, but yeah, he was. I mean, I guess he's the emperor for a reason. He held his composure as best as he could, I suppose. It's like, look, I don't spare any love for Shaddam and his whole family for all I care about, but I think whatever it is that he's planning on doing on Tupac is a huge mistake. And
You?
I personally don't think we have the votes, she tells you. Stop him.
To stop it? Why not?
Well, have you seen who's joining? Give
Game
me a
Master?
communications
Do I know
roll.
that?
You don't. You
Okay.
can give me a communications roll, 2 or higher.
This one I'm going to use.
Which
the
house are you
determination
with
point.
again? She says to you.
Okay. This is communicate, truth. I'm also going to use my determination point here.
Oh, okay, big money. Let's see it. So you're automatically going to get 2 successes. You already have 6 momentum, though. Don't forget, you're full momentum. So if you wanted to spend a momentum point, you could instead just roll extra dice aside from the initial 2.
Yeah, actually, I'll roll extra dice.
How much?
Just 1.
Okay. Playing it carefully. All right, no problem. Go ahead and roll your 3 dice, and you got your 2 successes. There you go.
2 successes.
All right. She kind of questions you. She presses you a little bit on which house you're with, and you answer truthfully or not.
Honestly, I would kind of say I'm with the guild.
The guild.
Guild's got power, right?
I mean, clearly. She's
Yeah.
like, okay. She takes a little liking to you. She's like, all right. So, if you're not already aware, she kind of points to a couple of different representatives. You see this guy over here, and she points to some guy who's has a bald pate, high collar, very stuffy looking, barrel-chested guy with like a birthmark stain on his face. See that guy right there? That's Henry Hakkad of House Canola. And he's like, they're voting with the Emperor. House Hagal's voting for the Emperor. And the whole entire religious voting bloc, they're all voting together, she says. Here's something else, he says. And for every little tidbit or secret that you want, you'll have to pay a point of momentum if you want it, beyond the first. So the first one, she tells you, like, okay, these guys are obviously voting for the Emperor, but you'll never guess who's also signaling that they're going to also vote in favor of the resolution.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%. I'm going to spend some momentum to get that secret.
Okay. House Novabruns.
Okay. We can fix that real damn quick.
I look at Aaron's face like, what the fuck? Ah,
Louise is like, oh, hell no. Anyways.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And she's like,
Quite interesting.
And there are other houses that have like deals worked out, and everything's kind of into question now because if they don't vote on this, there's anybody's guess how things are gonna plan out on Arrakis. She says.
Have you ever thought about instead of destroying Tupile, have you ever thought about working with them?
And Tupile, the exiles? I mean, and she kind of looks around. No, I would never do such a thing. And then she kind of like basically tells you without telling you, like, House Lindarin's been working with the exiles and anybody else who's interested in receiving arms for the purpose of enacting revolution or change or whatever. But obviously they're self-serving in that sense, like they're getting money and prestige out of doing such a thing, and they're getting what they want as part of the agenda. But that is something that they are already pursuing or have pursued in the past, and that kind of tells you something interesting about the New Jihad and where their weapons have been coming from.
Interesting. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I will thank her for her time.
Yeah.
I'll ask her. I would really like to keep in touch with you and your house.
Oh,
Game Master, how would I go about doing that? It's not like we have cell phones.
you have beacons, but
Okay.
you generally, as long as you have access to a guild Hayliner, you can send a messenger, and they
Okay.
can get there, next day, a couple days from there. So it's
Okay.
that kind of like a,
I'm gonna
communication.
say I'm gonna send you guys a message.
Oh, using your CommuniNet like the rest of the entourage?
Well, later on. No, I'm
Oh,
talking to the
her.
girl. Yeah.
Okay, she gives you her CommuniNet number so you can
Yeah.
contact her privately. It's
Correct.
one of those like you can contact her anywhere on this planet, but beyond that, it's out of range.
Gotcha. Okay, that's fine. All right. Yeah, I would kind of break off. That does. Actually, it tells me a lot of things specifically toward two pile. I'm also going to be having other objectives in terms of two pile and
Mm-hmm.
seeing what I can. Basically, seeing how much help I'm getting and what alliances I can make. If basically who's willing to ally with the exiles, just in general. So
Who's willing to ally themselves with the exiles? They don't know that information. They have very
obviously.
limited details about the New Jihad and stuff like that. So she's like, I don't know. If
Well,
you wanted to,
I'm not
you can
telling
ask.
that to her. That was
Oh,
towards Master.
okay.
That was kind of what I was doing. Anyways, next one would probably be House Canola. Actually, who's the most like zealot one? Like they're all about that shit.
The
Like
most religious of the
hardcore
bunch?
religious.
No, that's House Canola, 100%.
Okay, then yeah, I'll go into House Canola.
I mean, technically, House Wydris dabbles in religion as well. Like their priests are renowned throughout the Imperium, but like the House Canola literally makes the best orange Catholic Bibles in all of the Imperium. Like they are like the super evangelicals or whatever in the far future. They're still here somehow. Because you rolled so well and because you got 6 successes, I'm just gonna move you right into the 2-pile resolution. This flow chart, so to speak, kind of lays out what you know so far based on your conversations with the different representatives and spending time on the floor, and also the different details you got. Now, if you wanted to learn more about the specifics of each house and stuff like that, and like what they have at stake, you can spend some additional momentum to kind of like, well, get that information out of me, and I'll give you the straight answer based on what you know. Otherwise, you're gonna have to dig for it and do your own skullduggery.
So another thing I want to state, I definitely think the house that I just got done talking to, I think is more of
Lindar and these guys right here.
Yeah, I think they're compromised.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because
so are you going to try to acquire a sample from this envoy?
Okay.
And if so, how do you plan on doing it?
Okay. Can we get back to that?
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Do you think
Anybody
they're
else?
compromised? I gotta think of that.
I should probably address the secret messages. 1 second. Yeah, go ahead, Aaron.
Oh, I was gonna talk to the House Woodress envoy once she was done speaking with
Oh.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because she's right here, so might as well
Lana.
just.
Yeah, Hazaid looks like she's getting ready to leave. She's packing up her things. She's like, I'm done here, and like starts getting. And then you kind of like cut her off at the pass. She's like, Administrator.
You have me at disadvantage. I'm afraid I don't know your name.
Amana Hazaid.
Oh, is this the House Widris?
I believe you wanted to speak to Lindarin, right? The rebellious
No,
one?
no.
Oh.
House Widris.
Oh!
The one that was just
Oh!
talking. The one that was just talking to Vitaly after I
Yeah.
threw
Oh.
some. Yes. So yes,
Yes,
I want to
yes.
talk to Widris first, and then I think
Eva Vara is the one you want to talk.
that's yes. Okay, yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I had to scroll up a bit.
No, you're good. Yeah, she's engaging with or she just finished talking with the House Mutelli envoy Roman, and they kind of split off like Blue Angels, and she seems determined to try to like find somebody in this massive crowd and like pull them aside. And that's when you come in, and she's all business and stuff. She's like, Administrator Louise, welcome, I suppose.
Thank you.
It's like, how can I help you today?
I'm doing some intel. You know, I've been doing audits in the system, and I'm reevaluating the guild's contract with every house now.
She kind of blinks. She's like, I think I'm underqualified for such a discussion.
Sorry, I was just merely... It's on my mind is all. I have so many things on my mind. Very curious to see which houses vote which way in this upcoming resolution. I think that might have an impact on who I'm willing to deal with in the future.
Ah, well then you have come to the right person. So, like, we're willing to try to listen to all sides of the conversation here regarding the two-pile resolution to come to some sort of an agreement.
I take the stance against the destruction of two-pile and the use of atomics against humans, of course.
Clearly. I mean, you're famous for saving an entire planet from being destroyed from one of your own Hayliners, so your reputation
Indeed.
precedes you in that regard.
Yes, and I've been taking a more direct matter in things of the Imperium of late.
Well, do tell.
Well, I'm tired of Harkonnen and Carino's open secret of an alliance that I'm sure you and what's the other house? House Mutelli are already aware of. And their secret stockpile of spice as well. Very unfortunate they lost that.
Wait, are you alleging that House Mutelli has a spice stockpile?
No,
Or-
that House Harkonnen and Carino had the joint spice stockpile. That's what she's alleging.
Yeah, okay,
That's
yeah.
juicy.
Message delivered. Yeah, she's like, yes, it is quite unfortunate, and we, of course, know nothing of such a thing.
Of course. I, you know, and because of all of this backstabbery and shady dealing, I've made a deal with the Fremen myself. So I no longer need a house to manage Arrakis. So I think I'll let the Fremen exterminate House Harkonnen for me.
The Fremen? The natives of Dune?
Yes, we've signed an accord.
Aren't there like 1,000 of them, maybe? 10,000?
Oh,
Oh, my sweet star child.
no. The
What do
advantage savages, such a crass term.
Well, they're definitely primitive.
I think you'd find them surprising if you ever met them.
I think I would be surprised by anything that you would. I mean, clearly these rumors are substantiated, coming from such a high position as yours.
The spice must flow, and if I cannot trust the Imperium and the Emperor to make sure that happens in a equitable fashion, I'll do it myself. She'll just let that sit.
Okay. I need you to roll a communicate check, because clearly you're trying to steer them in a particular direction. But
Yes,
go ahead and give me a roll.
Where
This is
am I?
going to be...
There we are.
Let me see. Let's just say 3 or higher.
All right. I'll spend a momentum. Gonna go out and live and assume deceit applies.
Sure, I'll spend 2 threat and make it a 4 difficulty.
Fair enough. Oh, do I want to spend one of my determinations right here? I've got 2.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, I think I will spend one of my determination points. So I'll just roll.
Ooh.
Hold on.
Okay.
I'll just roll 2 dice and have 2 successes automatically. All right, focus. Yes, go. 5
Wow.
total.
Whew. Okay, and you're back up to full. Yeah. So yeah, you get all of that, and you manage to sway them to oppose the resolution, based on what you're uh, insinuating there with like all this bad shit's gonna happen to House Harkonnen and House Carino eventually, and you know where all the bodies are buried and shit. They're like, oh, very well then. If you want to spend additional 2 momentum, I'll throw in House Mutelli because they're clearly communicating.
Yeah, I'll happily drop the 2 momentum to get House Vitaly
100%.
over on our side of things.
Sure. Okay. So you've got that opposed. To your surprise, yeah. I mean, you're starting to get the lay of the land here. Let's see, that's 2, 4, 6, 7. You outnumber the ones that are in favor. However, you still don't know which ones are compromised, which can easily switch their votes at the time that it happens.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, if they switch that wilt at
Right.
So after that, I know exactly where I'll be headed.
Okay.
So assuming Archibald tells Eloise about Nova runes.
Yeah, I would have told you.
All right, so Archie can go deal with who you're going to Canola. I want to say
Yep, canola.
I'm with Rachel. I keep hearing canola.
Yeah.
It's canola oil.
Canola oil and yeah.
Yeah. I would do canola, and then if we have time, the sword one. I can't remember.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll hit Nova runes if Archie's going to canola.
Yeah.
Okay, so Archie's gonna go to canola, and you're gonna go to Spinette. Or sorry, the other way around. You're going for Spinette, and then he's going for canola.
I'm going to Nova runes.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, Nova Bruns. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We can handle that. Let's see. Nova Bruns. Let's see. I'll just copy and paste this into the Discord. You see a woman in her 40s for House Nova Bruns. Her name is Yeze Haram. She has she's very heavily covered from head to toe, but she appears to have some sort of contraption attached to her, almost like a pacemaker kind of contraption. Although this is year 10,191, so it's very not as obtrusive as one would be currently. But she's getting up and she's walking around and talking to people, and when you kind of stumble upon her, and you see her talking to people, she's like, Administrator Eloise, what do we owe the honor here?
I've heard some disturbing rumors I'd like to discuss.
Disturbing in what way?
Oh, I've heard you're in favor of nuking a planet.
She kind of goes quiet for a moment. Let's see. Just my notes here. And she's like, well, that's not why we're preparing to vote the way that we are.
Enlighten me.
I don't think I have to, do I? The Emperor recently almost came down on our heads and was prepared to move against us in Odenai until you stepped in and resolved the issue.
Indeed.
Which we are forever indebted to you for. But you see what is at stake here. We're talking about thinking machines. We don't know how far this goes.
Oh, I do.
She kind of looks around. And is this why you're here? To enlighten the rest of this body?
Indeed. About several things. I'm also, as you probably may have heard through the grapevine, I've been doing audits of houses.
This is what I've heard. Perhaps we should speak in a more private setting.
That would be lovely.
Very well. Shall my people call your people? Very good. And it's like I'm due to leave for the day, but I shall be in contact with you soon.
Excellent.
She leaves. Archibald,
Yes.
you want to hit the House Canola, correct? Envoy?
So I have a question. Is this gonna, like I said, are we gonna play out the whole week trying to figure this out?
It depends up to you how you want to do it. Because like you can, I don't know what kind of plans you may have to acquire or if you want to run the toxicity tests on and who you plan on using it with, or how you go about acquiring those samples. It could be as easy as like bumping into them or something like that, or it could be
Okay.
or you might have to like seduce somebody, or invite them over for drink, get them drunk. It's completely up to you how you want to do it.
Okay, so I would like to. Yeah, I'm gonna go up to Canola.
All right, this is the big blowhard guy that I alluded to earlier. This is Henry Hakkad. He seems to be a big barrel-chested guy, and he literally wears his religion on his sleeves in the form of necklaces and iconography. So it's like crucifixes and what have you. And he's like, he laughs with something over some joke that he's telling the House Hagal envoy, and he's like, "Oh, excuse me. Yes, how can I help you?"
Oh, my name is.
Oh, you can get me a drink, he says, and he points to the side over there. He's like, "Go get me another one of those." Name some like special drinks. Like they were excellent. He thinks you're part of the help.
Oh no, I'm with the guild.
Oh, pardon me. Henry Hakkad.
Pleasure to meet you.
And he kind of burps, like, excuse me.
So, I guess I have a question for you. I heard that you guys like make the Beck's like prayer beads. And I've been looking for a new set myself.
Second only to our Orange Catholic Bibles.
Oh, really? I've also been looking for a new one of that. I was just wondering if you had one maybe available.
Right
here.
He kind of, excuse me, pulls out a miniaturized Orange Catholic Bible, like it fits in the palm of your hand, and like you just click it once and it opens, and you can like turn the pages and stuff like that, and very fancy. It closes back up. Would you like one?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Praise
I'd also like to know if you kind of heard the rumors about what's going on with the Emperor.
What about the Emperor?
Well, give or take, I heard that he commissioned some hayliners.
He did. And as I understand it, the Ixians have been constructing them, and they should be ready by the time we're done with our vote.
Did you know that they're full? Did you know that they're full of thinking machines?
Sure, what kind of nonsense is this? No, of course not.
Oh,
It's
believe
absurd.
me, I was shocked as well. Like legit, I was so shocked. To be honest with you, they were also torturing. They were also torturing a navigator in there too. So
that's quite that's quite the claim. Give me a communications roll, like difficulty 4.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
This guy's
use
a
all
hardliner.
the bennies. Use all
Yep.
of the bennies.
I'm going to use my my point. This is the best one to use my point on.
Aha. Okay. So you have 2
my
automatically.
determination point.
Okay.
What was the roll again?
4. Need 4 or higher.
Well, no, the roll was understand.
Communication. You're
Okay.
basically trying to convince this person that, hey, you're voting for a guy who's okay.
Well, I'm not deceiving him. Can I use deceit? Because
It's not
technically,
deceit if you're telling the truth, is it?
I am telling the truth, but like, he doesn't think I'm telling the truth. So could I technically use deceit?
No.
But my honestly, my goal isn't for him to change his mind. I want him to start thinking like, what's going on here?
It's like, well,
Truth.
did you know that this was the case? And you're telling the truth. You're trying to convince him.
Exactly.
Yeah. So if you had
So-
persuasion, that'd be a different story.
Okay. So I'm going to give you. I'm gonna take a thing of momentum to
Okay.
get it rolling.
So now you have 3 momentum left.
Yep.
And you're rolling 2 because you already used your determination point, correct? Okay. Go ahead and roll.
Oh, come on.
You need 4. You got.
Oh
Hey.
yeah, there you go. Got my
You got it
momentum
back. Okay, so you're just like, you know that there were thinking machines found on those hayliners, right? And he's like, no, that's absurd. And he's like, we have the reports. I mean, we found it, and they tortured one of our Space and Guild navigators on Petra 3, and he's just like overwhelmed with this. Like, I'm gonna have to verify this information, of course, but I shall take it under consideration. Thank you. Kinda
Definitely
turns and
recommend
leaves
it.
tactfully. Okay, so well done.
Other one. This one, right?
What? Which one?
This guy right here, right?
Agal. Okay, yeah, they're the rich money group. At this
Oh, no,
point,
so
though,
I-
you spent quite a bit of time working the crowd, trying to figure out who's who, and start
never mind.
spreading rumors and harvesting them and stuff. So yeah, go ahead.
The whole Bible thing, that's DNA. Can I use that?
No, you need like fluid ounces because the whole thing is toxicology.
Gotcha.
You're trying to determine if this stuff is within their body. It'll show up in a toxicology report, and so you need a certain amount of liquid, no matter what it is, to give to Dr. Yue so that he could run the toxicology report. Say this guy's compromised. This person's
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So as the day is like winding down here in the the political arena, and people are starting to leave here and there, you catch a glimpse of the Emperor and the Truthsayer being escorted out through with the by the solder car out of the building. They're taking extra steps for security, obviously, because of what happened last time. So you can't get within like 100 feet of this guy. So they lead him out, and they're out the door.
Okay.
So far, the opposed looks very good as opposed to the in favor of the resolution. But like I said, things can flip either way. It just depends. And also, there's still some undecided in the waiting in the wings to hear from people about as far as like the deal working is concerned. Let's see. Let me address something here real quick. Shit. All right. So you have what you came for now. You have that you spent the day working this whole thing. Did you want to return to the Ark to kind of like plan out the next day or the next week or so of efforts, or was it something else that you wanted to do?
I think Lysander should seduce somebody.
Oh, that's a great idea. Who do you want to seduce?
I love that I made everyone just like turn and laugh. It just makes me happy. Oh, who's single?
Well,
I mean, that's a good question.
Who do we want to know the most if they've been infected by nanites?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's a great question.
And I would assume that Lysander is bisexual because he was a soldier.
Sure. Quick question to Rachel. Did you want your character to use any of the information that they've already gathered? And if so, how do you want to use it?
Secret notes.
Sure. Which there's the who's
So after that, his thing, I'd actually like to.
hang on. If you want to try to single somebody out, try to like figure out if they're single or not, it's going to require a decent discipline checks. Just give me a 2 or higher discipline, so you can kind of notice like somebody's gazing in your particular direction multiple times, and they seem to look they're interested, and you can kind of pursue that as you will. It may require some communication rolls though if you want to try to get them in the sheets.
That wasn't discipline. Okay. Does infiltration count as a focus for this?
Oh, you're gonna be infiltrating something. I can tell you that for sure.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. How did I do? Ooh, 2 successes.
Who are you targeting?
That's what we're trying to find out. If you have any suggestions.
I don't know, that really religious guy looked really like, he's probably hiding in the closet in there. Just saying.
Eric is currently the gif of the woman with the math floating around her head.
No, just furiously typing. That's all.
Uh-oh. I am feared.
Such a secret message
I don't
there.
think I don't think you're the one that needs to be concerned.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's me.
Oh. Eloise wants to be seduced. Okay. No.
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 No, absolutely not.
I mean, she's coming off a relationship. She could use a rebound.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a difference between coming off a relationship and having it ripped out of your head.
Isn't that better, though? But no, it's we know how Eloise will vote.
Okay, go ahead. Let me see what you got. You got 2 successes. So you notice
I
a couple
did.
people look your ways. Sorry for the delay there. You do see somebody. On. I feel mean by even attempting this here, but hold on a second.
I'm afraid.
Okay. So you remember how I said that there was a house that that is proud of them having like chattel slavery as part of like their.
Oh
their
no! Oh no! Eric, how could
The
you?
envoy for this house is giving you looks, man. Like it's it's kind of obvious.
Lysander's
They send
gonna
a
need
drink
a really
over
heavy
for
bath.
you. What's that?
Lysander's gonna need a really good bath after this.
This is Rasim Torni of House Mikarol. I'll put the details here in the Dune chat.
Are they
As a
cute?
reminder. Yeah, they're attractive-ish. They have a scar across their face, though.
Oh my god, Scar.
That look like they got it from like a whip, which sort
Oh,
of seems to imply that they were not always the master in their relationship.
Oh,
Dang.
that's. I think Lysander's going to be limping by the time he's done.
Lysander will accept the drink and walk that way.
Okay. All right, so you take the drink and you walk away. Do you try to? Do you do so in
walk,
such a manner to
walk
try to
that
attract?
way.
Oh, sorry, you walk towards them. Okay, yeah, they clearly caught your eye and vice versa, and they basically try to chat you up. It's the end of the day, everybody's going home. They're tired, they want to drink, they want to get laid, and they're like, oh yeah, so nice uniform, whatever. Like, what brings you out here? You work for the guild?
Lysander will just kind of nod a little bit, and it's not the best work, but Sorry, Eloise.
You'd be interested in working for me?
Perhaps. What would that entail?
Well, I mean, it just depends on what are your limits.
Are we talking in the bedroom or in the workplace?
Both.
Fade to black. No.
We'll take it right here on this table for everybody.
Lysander will kind of point out his scar. As you can see, my limits are easily pushed.
Oh. Deceit, is it? Give me communication. 2 or
Oh
higher.
God. I don't know if he's good at lying or not, guys.
Excuse me while I collect more threat.
Communication.
Whew. Wow. Let's see.
This is duty. Lie back and think of Cheshire. I'm gonna pay you some threat.
Oh. Okay.
We have momentum still.
Yeah,
Oh,
you do.
never
You have
mind.
3.
I'm gonna
like,
steal a
I'll
momentum
take
it,
if
but,
that's
you
okay
know.
with everybody.
We also have a Benny.
I'll do a momentum first. How'd I do? 2. And a fail.
Oh, well, you only got the 2 successes. That's all I needed, really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you succeeded in trying to like elicit this person's interest and stuff, and he's like, oh, we're getting out of here. How long is your stay on Kaitane?
I don't know, God. How long does Lysander's stay on Cartoon?
As long as Eloise deems it so.
A
Could
week
be
at
till
least.
tomorrow, or a week
It's
before the
it's
end
through
of
the resolution, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna
Next
be
2 or
here
3
for
weeks.
the whole resolution.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that depends on the resolution.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I didn't know the guild had such an interest in these political matters, but good to know. He's like, well, if we could discuss your stay here and the internal politics, as it were, of the resolution, if you like, over some drinks. I'm staying at the. And he kind of like motions to. He kind of alludes to, oh, if you go down across the major causeway, across from the Silver Needle, there's a whole host of suites there, in the high rises. I'm staying there. If you give me your community number, I'll make sure that you can get in.
Gladly.
Oh, look forward to meeting you there. What's your name?
Felion.
Elion.
His last name. I forgot to put it in the Zoom here.
He's like, bring your armaments, by the way. It's like, you showed me your
Jesus.
scars, I'm prepared to show you mine.
It's a
God
date.
turns and leaves. And now as you go to do your side mission, so to speak, how exactly do you try to elicit his sample, as it were? I'm afraid to ask. That with this group.
Okay, I mean, we only,
You took your shot, and you got it.
we only need like 10 milliliters. So just ask for him to wear a condom and then get the condom.
That was where my brain went ultimately.
Or
Yeah,
are you
it was
just
a condom.
Oh Jesus! Just spit.
Yeah, he practiced safe sex in space, I guess. Oh gosh. Yeah, probably utilize a space condom or whatever they have in Dune.
Space condom.
I don't know. What do you want to call it?
Sure thing. I mean, yeah,
be
you're creative.
I can't get my internal biomedical prosthetics gooey, so put the
Oh God, I
latex
just
on.
thought of. I just thought of a horrible, horrible thing because of Alisai.
Oh
Alisai
gosh.
said worm condom.
No, don't. The popcorn bucket, is that where this is
That's
headed?
the worst
I
condom
have
ever.
that joke. I have that joke. I haven't dropped it into the Discord yet, but it's coming.
That's what he
Oh,
said.
and
That's
uh, and Alisai has also given us the benevolence and the malevolence.
Oh, Jesus.
We've
Oh no,
earned each.
Lysander can't get
Yes.
it up.
yeah,
That's the
Cyber
malevolence.
He
dicks.
doesn't need to. It's the other guy who does.
yeah.
So I have no doubt that you can seduce this person. Not a problem. They don't even care about the prosthetics and what have you. But you do need to be careful in how you acquire your sample, so as to not give away the game here. So I just need you to
Sneaky,
give
sneaky.
me a stealth roll to make sure that
Oh God.
you don't do anything that he's like, what the fuck are you doing? You know, like.
Oh,
Uh,
perfect. I do have stealth.
Oh dear
Excellent.
lord, you're
Yes.
stealthing him.
Now, hold on. Before you roll, I'm going to establish the difficulty.
Oh dear God, I'm gonna die.
He's just an envoy, so I don't think you need to be too worried. But it does come into play with his discipline and what he's able to glean from anything that is hidden here. Let's see. House envoy stats. Let's see. Here we go. So Envoy has a discipline of 5, and this is about truth because the message is what matters according to the statement. So that's a target number of 12. So I'm going to roll 2d20, and because I'm flush with threat, I'll throw a third one in just for fun.
Oh, oh no.
So let's see. I got 15 threat now. I'm going to roll 3 dice, and I need 12 or less. Okay, I fucking bungled it. So I'm gonna use that malevolence that was just given
Shit.
to me. Thank you, Alisai. I'll re-roll those dice.
Damn it, Alisai.
Much better. 1, 2, 3 successes. If you fail,
Oh,
you get
God.
an advancement point. That goes for anybody else who failed a 3 successes or more roll.
Oh jeez. I don't want to
jeez.
have to explain why he's digging a condom out of the trash. To drive his duty to protect his house. It's a keepsake. I'm dying. I'm dead and I'm died. I'm gonna. Do we still have momentum?
Oh, you do? How much do you want to spend?
Just enough to get 3 dice. Let's.
So just 1. So you're gonna spend a momentum, and you'll get 3 dice, and you can roll. Did you want to spend a determination point for this or no?
Yes.
Okay,
Let's
so then
do
you're
that.
only rolling 2 dice. You get automatic 2 successes. You need 1 success or higher.
Okay. Using focus because I do have stealth. Ha 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 ha.
Mm.
Oh. Okay.
Hey, that's 4. So yeah, you get a momentum back, and you succeed. You can use
Thank
whatever
fuck.
momentum you want to ask questions or what have you, or you can just take that and go with it. You managed to secure the supply, the sample, and tuck it away and they're none the wiser for it.
Woohoo.
Is there anything that you wanted to do while you're there, or did you just want to like excuse yourself after you're done and like rendezvous back up with your entourage back on the ark?
Run away, run away, run away.
You slip out, and they're none the wiser in the middle of the night, and they're passed out. And you reconnoiter back onto the ark to discuss the fruits of your labor, as it were. And I guess that's where we'll stop for this week.
Lysander will pass over the sample and just.
Yeah, wash your hands before you deal with that, Dr. Yui. He's like, what?
Yeah, we send Lysander to decontamination showers immediately.
That's too good. That's too good. Okay, a second here. Where'd my music go? Damn.
Ugh. Bummer.
I just want to say, Eric, having run like super politically intense games before, how you managed all the different houses and all the different moving pieces was really amazing. It was really well done.
I didn't manage anything. I just
No, you
just had
you
things open and went.
No, you absolutely did a great job.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Well, everybody, that's all the time that we have for this week, but we shall return next week at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Thursday. Let's reintroduce our virtual tabletop team here one final time, beginning with Ambrose.
Hello, everybody. I have been the not so shy Halud. Um, and you can find me playing again in Heart, and then in Dune once more. And you can find me stalking the Discord as Am Cloverling until St. Patrick's Day is done.
Okay, and Aaron.
Hello, I am Arian. I played Administrator Eloise, who has learned that two of the houses she trusted to vote a certain way are not, which is curious, very curious. um, yeah, you can find me, Arian, here on Thursday. There will be no recording of public access this week because I had a 2-day migraine. Yay. But next week I will be recording our second session of public access Wednesday morning. So that'll be uploaded to my channel. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it.
Appreciate you being here. Leo.
Oh, my name is Leo. You can find me here playing Dune every Thursday. And today I played Archie, and I honestly feel like I would have gotten more done if my luck was not shit today. So
It's all right.
Whoever rolls first in this game just eats shit. I've noticed it every week. Whoever is the first person up at bat, it's just shit. We just eat shit.
like legit, like honestly, I think we would have gotten the lowdown of all the houses sooner if I wouldn't have rolled like shit.
But you did eventually make a really good roll.
You did.
Oh, yeah.
You got 6 successes. I mean, that's
Pretty dope.
incredible.
Yeah.
And last but not least, of course, Rachel.
Hello, I am Rachel. I was the ghost in the machine this week. If you're really watching the Twitch closely, you might have seen a couple mistakes where,
I sure the fuck did.
yeah, I tried not to call attention to it and just scrolled. But you're welcome, Eloise. I'm just here to help. Yeah, so you can come play with us. Maybe this Saturday for Prowlers and Paragons. I do not know. The GM has been sick. I am making him go to the doctor tomorrow. But hopefully we will play again soon, because Prowlers and Paragons, our Saturday game, is really fun. And then we are going to be off this Monday, and then return with an Embers of Humanity. It's a real fun indie post-apocalyptic game that I'm really looking forward to running, and then Heart on Tuesdays.
Good. And I'm Eric, aka Recluse Online. You can find me lurking around on the Soul and Fires Discord. Thank you all for playing, and a big thanks to our viewers and fans for tuning in. Remember to head over to uscpr.org and pcrf.net. Share the link on social media. Also, there's global.palestineaction.org/donate. Head over there, donate what you can, and remember that bless the Maker and his water. Bless the coming and going of him. May his passage cleanse the world, and may he keep the world for his people. Good night, everyone.
Good night.